everybody's doing great. It's Kurt the Jerk talking about the mayor race. It's good. It's getting pretty good. It's spicy right now. I'm like, whoa, it's going down right now. So I'm trying to alert a few people that I'm doing a last minute YouTube video. I just want to talk about this whole race. I think is amazing. I see a lot of energy out there. The highest turnout in voting history. Um, it's crazy. Like I'm just like, whoa, is this even true? Like all the stuff that's going on right now, I'm like, damn, this is wild right here. So, I'm just a bit excited. I hope you guys are excited. It's a lot of adrenaline pumping. I know people want either Zohran or Andrew Cuomo or Curtis Leewald to win. So I know everybody's just, oh my God, this is crazy. Is we really gonna get a socialist? And the words surrounded around socialists and people going crazy, like, oh my God, socialist is communist. It could be, but not in all cases, meaning that government has control over handling affairs of people's, the company, finances and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be communist, because I think that they left a bad taste in people's mouth when they talk about socialists. But it's pretty much just like giving everybody the opportunity to be able to thrive in a place like New York City, which is one of the most expensive places in American history. It's the most expensive place in America, and this is the world financial capital of the world. So it shouldn't, in my opinion, it should look like Dubai, but it doesn't. I'm like, why it doesn't look like Dubai? This is crazy. But nevertheless, let me start alerting people and letting people know that I'm doing a video right now. So I just want you to give me a moment, and I'll be back in a heartbeat. Maybe not that quick in a heartbeat, but I'll be back in a heartbeat. Just give me a minute here. Trying to let the peoples know that I'm doing a video right now. I'm trying to say what up. Say what up to everybody. I'm trying to see what's going on here. I got a lot of good stuff to talk about today, with this whole race. A lot of people don't know who Zohran Mamdani is, right? He's a democratic socialist. He's for the people. He's the people's champ right now. And the reason why I say he's the people's champ, because he's the only one that doesn't receive corporate money. And all his donations, 90% of it came from individual people like me and you decide that we had enough of this system and it needs to help us. Because if we want to be realistic here, we know that the Democrat Party does more for the working class, right? That's not even a debate. You can look at the policies. Talk is cheap. Anybody tell you anything different? They don't know what they're talking about. I guess they don't understand politics. But I will say this, they haven't done enough. And I think a lot of people was fed up, and I think that's the reason why Donald Trump was able to win, because he was speaking pretty much the same language as Zohran Mamdani is speaking right now. Talk about affordability, making it easy for you to be able to afford your groceries, and focus on the working class people. And this is what Zohran Mamdani is doing. He's trying to make it good for you. Because if we look at the profit margin between corporations and individual people as working class people, it's like this. It's getting wider and wider. So at some point, capitalism is not working for the everyday person. It's only working for big corporations. It's not working for all mom and pop businesses and stuff like that. Because if people don't got money, they can't really spend nothing. So it's like our spending power is getting less and less, while corporations are making more money because they kind of like control and manipulate the government. It's not. It's what's really happening. But it's getting crazy, and then that's why I wanted to talk about it, which I think about this race so far. I think is amazing. I'm having a good time watching it, unravel and see who's going to come out the winner, Right now, it looks like Zohran Mamdani got a commanding lead, If you look at this polling, he got 44. I think this is wrong. I think it's a little bit higher than that. 44, 25. Eric Adams is practically out of the game, but, he dropped out a little too late, so people could still vote for him right now. He didn't get a chance to pull it all out. And Cuomo's an independent, so even when you go to the poll and you try to vote for Andrew Cuomo, it's going to be a little difficult because when you look at the names for Democrat Republicans, usually at the top of the thing, and then at the bottom you got independent. It's always the bottom in the right corner. So it makes it more complicated for people to even vote for him. And a lot of Democrats tend to vote for Democrats anyway. And even though that he may have been a Democrat, right now he's voting as an independent, so he's on the independent side. So there's a lot of people that's not going to vote for him just off the fact that the polling system is It's not set up and designed for independent to win, because when you first go to the polling, it's like boom, boom, it's like that. But the other thing is that people call him disgrace governor for a reason, because he already dropped out from being a governor of this state. So if he dropped out with scandals from being a governor of the state, why would people be comfortable with him being a mayor? Not so much. But we're gonna look at another poll that we got here, right here. This poll right here from Fox News. This is crazy, right? This poll is from Fox News. This is what their projection is right now. 50% Zohran Mamdani, 25% Cuomo, and 21% Curtis Lewa. Wow. Okay. All right. That's pretty crazy, you know. But we'll see what happens. Maybe something, you know. Maybe it's something I'm missing. I mean, maybe he is landsliding like that. Who knows? It could probably mess around and be 60 and everybody be like, what the heck? How is it 60? I don't know what the heck is going on. But nevertheless, this is exciting, and I'm having a good time with it. And I got to let my people know. I ain't let my people know that I'm on, because I know they're going to be like, yo, this dude is doing a video without us. He's a hater. They probably hate on me or something like that. They're like, why is he doing a video and didn't tell us? I need to tell him that I'm doing a video. I think I'm gonna send him a message, because I'm part of a YouTube community, and everybody, we look out for each other and watch what everybody's doing and support each other and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let these guys know, like, hey, I'm doing a video right now. Come take a look at it. Even if you don't want to comment, even if you're not into politics, come show me some love. You know what I'm saying? Show me some love. You know, show me something. Because I only got one person watching me right now. That's all right, because when I make the clips, my clips get a lot of views on YouTube and stuff like that, so I'm not really worried. But it'd be nice to show me some love right now. If I could get some likes and stuff like that, it'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? Because my heart is beating all messed up right now. Oh, okay, I'm done. All right, now we moving forward to the next thing here. Is when you look at Brooklyn, you see how Mamdani's performing in Brooklyn, right? He's landslided in Brooklyn, and he's landslided in Manhattan. That's a wide margin. You're talking about two cities with like damn near the largest population of people out of the 5 boroughs. So it's gonna be pretty hard for Cuomo to pull this off. You know, I know he's at the last minute trying to do everything in his power to try to pull us off, but it doesn't look prominent right now. It looks like he's gonna lose this. And rightfully so, you know. He's only catering to a few people, you know. Last time I checked, it seemed like he's only catering to rich people and stuff like that. What about the working people? They the ones that need help right now. You know, he's not. I don't see him in these neighborhoods. And it's funny too, because while we watching Zohran and all the videos he's doing, it's like, dude, Zohran even go to sleep? But that's what happens when you got youth. He's only 34 years old. He just had a birthday on a Saturday, 2 Saturdays that passed. So he's 34 years old right now. And it clearly sees that he's 34, because the boy don't go to sleep. He's out there, and he's in everybody. He's not taking it for granted that he could win. You know, even though it look like he's landsliding, he's not taking it for granted. He wants everybody vote. You know, right now he look like the people's champ. He's singing the song. He wants to freeze rent, which is within his control, is within his power, with the provision that he get the right people on a board to be able to vote in his favor. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to work it out, because right now landlords over a few years end up getting like around 12% or 12 or 13% of profit. So they're making more money. So it's not, you know, that they're not making no money. They're getting money. So now the tables need to change a little bit. We need to focus on the renters now, because rent is so high. But with Zohran Mamdani, now he's pivoting, because he's trying to like work it out with everybody. He's not going to go in there and try to kill corporations. He's going to work with corporations to an extent, but they got to pay their fair share. At some point, billionaires got to pay their fair share. They got to pay something. It's not fair that everybody has to suffer in a city that they help build. You know, at some point, they got to get help too. And the only way to get help is the people at the top got to pay their fair share, because what they were saying before, rising tides lift all boats, or what was one of the sayings? Oh, trickle down economics, trickle down economics. That don't work. Giving money to the rich doesn't do anything, because when you look at all these corporations right now, look at Amazon laying off people. You got UPS laying off people. You got Intel laying off people. all these companies are laying off people, and think about it, it's peak season right now. This is where people spend more money, but they're out here doing mass layoffs. And remind you, they already got a significant tax break from this administration. So why is it that if you got a significant tax break from this administration, and this is about to be peak season, but yet you're laying off people? That don't make any sense at all. Even Target is laying people off, you know, and that's what they usually do. They don't care about, in my opinion, and the history that I see with corporations, they don't care about their workers. You know, they worry about patting their portfolio. They worry about looking. They want things to look good. Their interests to look good, because a lot of these CEOs want to justify why they want to get a $40 million or $30 million increase in their salary. And that's how they do it. They get rid of a lot of employees, and they try to make the company run as efficient as possible. Now, what they're starting to do is they diving more into tech. I hear that AI is being purchased on a significant level by Amazon. You know, this is all alleged. You know, don't sue me. I don't got no money, people. So this is all alleged. But it looks like Amazon is buying up a lot of tech, and a lot of these companies are buying up. A lot of these big corporations are buying up a lot of tech so they can do these jobs. So they don't have to worry about having so many employees. You're always going to need employees to run the daily operations and monitor the system. But for the most part, the key strategy with big companies is to always eliminate as many employees as possible, with the balance of trying to make the company run efficient. So it's just inevitable. What's happening right now? It's gonna happen. It's guaranteed. It's nothing anybody can do about it. But let's also look at a video that I thought was pretty good about talking about Zohran Mamdani. Let me see about it. I'm going to it right now. Let me see. Let's check it out real quick. Hold on, I think it's on mute. Did I get it on mute? Yeah, let me rewind it. The hell? Oh.
Jersey and Virginia, and the special election in California over whether We are just 4 days away from Election Day, but voters in New York City, New Jersey, Virginia, and California have already hit the polls for early voting. Among the notable races, New York City's mayoral contest, gubernatorial races in New Jersey and Virginia, and the special election in California over whether Democrats can redraw their state's congressional map. CBS News producer Jared Ochacher is following the closely watched New York City mayoral race. Frontrunner Zohran Mamdani, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, and Guardian Angels founder Curtis Sliwa are making their final push for votes.
Juliet, here in New York City, we are a few days away from the mayoral election, and a week into early voting, around 500,000 people have already cast their ballots. The latest polls released this week show that Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani has a commanding double-digit lead over his opponents, Independent Andrew Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa. These three candidates have different platforms and unique final approaches. While up in the polls, Mamdani is cautioning his supporters against becoming complacent and urging his over 90,000 volunteers to continue canvassing and phone banking. Cuomo has received support from high-profile endorsements from former Mayor Mike Bloomberg and even across the aisle with Republican Congressman Nick Langworthy. I spoke with the congressman today who told me that he sees Cuomo as the only viable candidate with an opportunity to defeat Mamdani. The congressman expressed his concerns about Mamdani's affiliation with the Democratic Socialists of America. And Sliwa has famously refused to drop out of the race despite calls from wealthy donors and other politicians. Sliwa says he'll let the voters decide, not outsiders. He highlighted his message to voters this week at a press conference, saying that even if a Mack truck hits him and turns him into a speed bump, his name will still appear on the ballot. Back to you.
Oh, shit, that's funny as hell, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, I felt Curtis Sliwa, I think this is what's going to happen. This is my opinion. To me, it's almost guaranteed. Zohran is going to get elected. He is going to hire people that's the opposite of him, because that's how you have a good administration. You can't have everybody that think like you. You gotta break it up a little bit. So I know he's gonna give Curtis Sliwa a position. Trust and believe it. I guarantee you're gonna hear that Curtis Sliwa is working for Zohran Mamdani in some level, some capacity. Cuomo need to quit politics, because I think He need to just relax. He's a millionaire already. He could go relax and retire and leave public life alone. He got enough money to relax for him and his generation of family. He need to take a break because he's too bored. He sounds like he's bored out there. Even, everything he says. The reason why I give, and I give Curtis Lewa a lot of credit too, because he holding his own at the best of his ability, and I like the stuff that he be saying. But the number one thing in New York City, and they did a polling, is affordability, and I think Curtis Lewa didn't really hit home like he should when it come to affordability. Like, he really didn't put it out there. He's so much worried about employing more police officers to the street and all that. To me, that's just a band-aid on a bigger situation, because the root cause of crime is poverty. People stealing and robbing and all that stuff. It ain't because they just not. I'm not saying all. Some people are just bad actors, but there ain't people out there just robbing and stealing for no reason. A lot of it has to do with poverty. So we have to focus on those neighborhoods, figure out how can we make those neighborhoods better, because you know what I'm saying. The society breeds the criminals. If we do something smart, like I don't know, invest into the infrastructure of the neighborhood by putting more money into the education system, and educating the youth, teaching them something different, then they can grow up to be more productive. Give them the tools they need to be successful. You got a lot of kids in these poor neighborhoods don't have no opportunities, and everybody running around and them doing the same thing. So that's the reason why they grow up and be the criminals that we see. And I blame, I don't know how much power the mayor has to make so many changes as it pertains to that, but somebody need to start addressing. We don't need no more studies. And this is the biggest issue of. I get sick and tired of them saying, oh, we need more studies on how can we make change in these inner cities and stuff like that. Fuck no. We already know what's wrong with the inner city. It needs to be changed already. They need to start implementing stuff specifically for the inner cities. What's make it better? What's make it run better? Less crime. Less crime. You fix the neighborhood, you fix the hood, you'll have less crime. And I know it is very complicated on how to fix a hood. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm not an economist or nothing like that. I don't have all the crime statistics in front of me and why crimes are being committed and stuff like that. But one thing is for certain, and you can quote me if I'm wrong. You can leave a comment and say you're wrong, and I'll say, okay, cool, whatever. You need to do your research more. Anywhere you go in America that has a low income amount of people is always going to be crime. It's always going to be crime. It's just how it is. And you know why? Because people tend to commit crime if they don't have the resources they need. So what we need to do is start putting resources in the neighborhood. I'm not saying just give people stuff. What I'm saying is to educate people while you're giving them stuff. Why are you giving them opportunity to be able to survive above water? Because most of the people are drowning in their cities. They doing bad, you know. You got people that sit back and say, oh, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? You don't have no idea what it's like to be poor for anybody that makes those statements, or people that was poor and forgot what it is to be poor. You can think about it. If you have a family and you have a family and for whatever reason something happens and you lose your job and then now you can't support your family, you don't know what you do. You can't go home and not bring groceries. Your kids don't eat periodically. They eat every day. You have to do what you got to do. And I don't condone going out there. I understand it. I still don't condone it. I believe there's always another way. But I understand why people commit these crimes. When you if you ever been in prison, been in the prison system and actually spoke to some of these inmates, when you look at the root of the cause of the situations, it's always money. Money's always been the number one why a lot of people's incarcerated. And obviously it's a lack of self-control, because if you have self-control, you're not going to do things that get you incarcerated for some people. 2, the education level. What is it, 3rd grade or 4th grade education to most people in the prisons in America? So that's one of the issues too. So if you got a 4th grade education, the likelihood of you becoming a productive citizen in society is going to be very slim. And that's the reason why, and quote me if I'm wrong, when you look at the school system, and they look at how many kids in 3rd grade special education, they're able to take that data and determine how many prison beds they need to have later in life, only because the expectation of those kids that's in special education is they're going to end up becoming criminals and stuff like that. It's like they're banking on it, you know? because they're in third grade special education. We have to change that. We have to fix that. It's sad. You know, it's really sad because nobody really cares. It seems like, and it seems like when people leave the hood, man, fuck the hood. Oh, fuck food stamps. I don't want my money going towards paying food stamps. I hate when I hear people say that. Are you aware that it's only $36 of your paycheck per year going to paying SNAP benefit program to help a family in need? Not everybody's out there hustling the food stamp system and all that. Because people, when they think of food stamps, and they probably know one or two people that they know that's out there hustling, but I'm pretty sure you know a lot of people that need it. There's a lot of people that don't have the capability to be more successful than what they are. And guess what? Most Americans is poor. Most Americans is poor, you know? And people say they like capitalism. Capitalism is not working for New Yorkers. At some point, we need something else. And I think at this point, Zohran Mamdani is presented something else. I don't know if everything he said, you know, what he's going to do is going to be able to pan out the right way. But he got the right idea because at least he got ideas. He wants to do something. It may seem aggressive or progressive, but at least he has a plan. He has an idea. Andrew Cuomo, all he does is focus on Mamdani, on the things that he say he can't do. We don't need somebody to sit to say, can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. And at the end of the day, you're in bed with the same people that we're about to tax. You're in bed with all the billionaires. They made sure they gave you money. And you got to ask yourself a question. Why they gave you money for? They gave you money because they want you to do their bidding. We got to get out of that. And this race right here is going to determine that wealthy people no longer have the power to influence elections, because also all they did is spend billions and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars with Zohran Mamdani. They spent millions of dollars. I see reputable New York news sources like New York Post posted all kinds of lies about Zohran Mamdani. He lucky Zohran Mamdani ain't Trump, because Trump would sue that butt. If I was Zohran, I would sue New York Post after I become mayor for all those lies they put out there, because they've been spilling all that lies and hatred and that rhetoric. You got to get tired of that after a while. That's not even fair. Like the stuff that they was posting, and that's New York Post, is a few other ones. I give Fox News a lot of credit, because as crazy as Fox News is, in my opinion, because I think Fox News is nuts, they was posting some real stuff, saying some real stuff. So because at some point you can't deny the truth. This guy's a force. He got more volunteers than some people get votes. He got 90,000 volunteers. like that's, to me, I never heard no shit like that. Remind you, not paid volunteers. These people is out there knocking on doors because they believe in his cause. A lot of young people. And he's cool as hell, man. Come on, he smokes weed. You know, I don't know how often, but he smoked weed. He's one of us, man. He's a youth. He's young. He's energetic. He's open to new ideas. You know, he's not really worried about taxing the rich. If he can get, like he said, if he can get the money another way to fulfill his agenda, that's going to help us working New Yorkers, why not? But one of the things he said that I thought was funny is that he said, why they complain about me putting 2%, want to put 2% tax on them, they spent more money than I would tax them in a year. For that little 2%, they spend millions of dollars and stuff like that. So you got to ask yourself a question. Why is everybody going against Zohran Mamdani? You got Chuck Schumer still didn't endorse him. Shame on him. He's leaving politics anyway. If anybody don't know, he's not really running no more. He's out of it. So he could be the asshole on the way out the door, because he's not going to be in politics anymore, you know. And if he does try to get in politics, nobody's going to vote for him. We already know he's a sellout. Hakeem Jeffries supported him lightly, but I think that's going to cost him his race. You know, that's going to cost him his race, because all we need is somebody that's like Mamdani that's going to go in his district and take over his district. And that's what's going to happen. We need progressive people now. We need people that's for the people. We need a people's champ now, everywhere. The old Democrats, you guys better get in line, because now progressives are about to take this over. You know, get your asses in line now. Democrats, that corporate shit is played out, man. Rising tides lift all boats. Trickle-down-nomics is not working no more. How about triple-up-nomics? How about give us the money, let us blow it at your businesses, and you get to make the money, and we get to get the shit that we need. That works better. Trickle-up-nomics. Start giving us money now. You know, no more tax and subsidies for you guys. Y'all need to figure something else out. You know, it's getting irritating, because I see what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all trick. Y'all use these words like socialist and y'all make it a communist. Do you really believe Zohran Mamdani is going to be a communist? Really? And if you do, go get some education. And if y'all like socialists, just remember who ran on the socialist party. One of the best mayors in American history, I think 1934, Farrah LaGuardia, the same person that has an airport named after him. And you remember when they was on the debate stage, Andrew Cuomo and Zohran Mamdani said Farrah LaGuardia is the best mayor ever, right? Well, guess what, people? He was a socialist. He was for the people. So now we got another another potential mayor. No, let's say he will be the mayor. It's for the people. He gonna pivot. He gonna make some changes and he gonna work things out. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be so aggressive where he attacked the corporations. But corporations, it's time for you guys to pay. Like, come on, how much money I need? At some point, it's mental illness. It's mental illness when you got more money than you know what to do with it. Come on, what you need? You got why you got more money, you know what to do with it. You got people out here they worried about how they gonna pay their next bill. Or they worry about if their paycheck is enough to pay their bills. But you guys got more money you need. And I'm not gonna fault you for being rich. But at some point, if you call yourself American and you're doing business in America, it's time to give back to the people somehow. You know, and I'm not talking about donating to charity organizations, because those charity organizations y'all donate to, half the time y'all own them. That's the biggest scam of all. Oh, so-and-so donated $2 billion to a charity organization. Turn to find out he owns, or his family member owns a charity organization that he donated to. So that's all bullshit. If you want to donate stuff, donate some money to Zohran Mamdani's people, so they can start implementing stuff. You know, make free buses free, fast and free, do rent freezing, because that percentage that is raised to right now is mad high. So these landlords are getting all, they making money right now. So all right, you guys got it, but we're gonna do a freeze for a couple of years now, so we can catch up to that high percentage that Eric Adams allowed y'all to raise it to, which was a shameful, he's a shameful person, and a crook. He's a crook. He knows it, but he don't care. He know he's on the way out the door. So what he's doing with the guidelines board, the people that's responsible for help lowering the rent or raising the rent or freezing the rent, it's he's been, from what I was told, this is all alleged. Everything I'm saying is alleged. I want you guys to do your own independent research. I'm not an expert on everything. I can only go by what I research and see with my own eyes, and sometimes I can get things wrong. I'm a human being, so don't try to beat me up. But I will say this. Right now, he's trying to mess up Zohran Mamdani's agenda, because he's packing all these people. He's putting all these people on the guidelines board to try to get them involved, so it'd take a longer time for Zohran to get them out of office, because a lot of their terms was going up. They was up, so he can kick them out and put new people in there. So please, man, I hope everything will work all right with Zohran Mamdani. You know what I'm saying? I hope he win. I'm supporting him. I'm not a New Yorker, but I wish I could vote. I would love to vote, and I encourage everybody to vote for some new energy. What's stop getting these old ass people? No disrespect to Clarence Seawell, was 71 years old, and Andrew Cuomo, 68? Y'all some old people, man. Let's get some young energy in there, some young blood that's in tune with the people. Because if you notice, Curtis Seawell is in touch with the people, but he really don't know. Like, come on, he don't know. He's old, man. He could say he was in the streets and he been shot and all that, and he said guardian angels, and I respect the guardian angels and stuff like that, but come on, man, we're in a new era right now. It's 2025. Zohran's gonna get in there, and once he get in there, it's gonna be a trickle down effect all over the place. It's gonna be progressive people going all over the place. And look and see how beautiful it is to see a politician that's not getting bought. He can say what the hell he wants. You see how Zohran is talking? The only reason why he's able to talk the way he is because he's not being bought by any corporation. Nobody's controlling what he say. Because Andrew Cuomo's not a dumb person. He's very intelligent. Come on, he's a lawyer by trade. He could really say some real good, profound stuff. But when you being bought, you can't say that shit. You're being bought right now. So there's no way you're allowed to say all the stuff that you would want to say. So Andrew Cuomo's being bought. Curtis Seawell, I just don't think that he has the necessary tools to be a good mayor. He'd probably be an okay mayor. He'd probably try to make it more safe. But I think his idea of putting more police officers in the street, a lot of people's against that. I think we need more, like with Zohran Mamdani, create a community safety board or something like that, where we get trained professionals to go out there and get the people the help they need, so they won't be repeat offenders in the system. Because that part of the reason why a lot of these people go to jail, get locked up, come home, and then go to jail, do the same thing again, is because the reason why they repeat offenders is because they never got the help the first time. So now create a system where we have to go after those people and get them the help they need before they can repeat the same shit over again. There's no reason why somebody should be getting locked up 20 and 30 times, you know? Because people say, oh, bail reform is wrong and all that. It's not wrong. I mean, at some point, I guess it all depends on the circumstance. If it's violent crimes, you need to be remanded. If you did something wrong, you need to be remanded for some violent stuff. Yeah. But if it's just petty stuff, no, you got to get released. But I think if you do the petty stuff more than once, more than twice, you got to stand, you got to sit in jail for a little bit. You know, that's just my opinion on that stuff. But the cashless bill need to be worked on. I think they need to fix that whole system, and I think they made it too progressive. They should have kept a balance. They didn't balance it out. It's like, okay, we're gonna just let everybody get out free. They knew what they was doing. They knew when they did that it was gonna cause a lot of crime. So they gotta balance that shit out. That's a whole different story there. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But cast your votes, man. Go out there and vote. Vote for Zohran Mamdani. You know, in my opinion, you should vote for him. You know, and don't worry about your boy Curtis Lewa. He's not gonna win anyway, but he will get administration with Zohran. I could see Zohran getting him elected. I mean, getting him some position, maybe in some type of security. Who knows? Maybe he could take Jessica Tisch's place and all that. I don't think he should take a place. So far, she's very respected as far as her crime tactics. She's doing really good with New York City, so I guess we gotta leave her there. And she's a very smart person. You know, I researched her. Some things I don't like about it, I'm not going to talk about on social media, but she's a very intelligent person. And she has a lot, she's a tech person, so she knows a lot about tech. And, you know, I'm in love with people that's tech people because I'm a tech person. So it's things about her that she need to stay there and help out. Because people say, oh, what you going to do about it, Mamdani? She's a billionaire. She comes from a family that's worth $10 billion. It is what it is, man. You're going to have some people there. There's nothing you can do about it, you know. But Zohran, he just got to do what he got to do, you know. He got to make sure he commit to the things that he's going to do, and then if he can't do it, try to have a plan, you know. And I think he need to win, and this is another thing. I was looking at a polling. People are saying that he needs to win. Let me see if I can find it. See if, damn, did I lost it somewhere? Somebody said something that was very valid. It was like he need to win by 50... Almost like, I guess you could say almost like 51 points. Because if he win by almost 51 points, then it's like he has a mandate. So he got to at least win by 51 points. Then he has a mandate, and that puts more pressure on the governor to want to make those changes that he's looking forward to changing, because he's going to need the governor's help. And he didn't want to say it, but I know that he's going to put a lot of pressure on the governor, because remember, she's facing re-election next year. So if he don't get stuff done now, in some months he will be getting things done, because she want to get reelected. He got a movement behind him. People is ready for change. And if she ain't trying to be part of the change, then she could get primary. Because there's somebody that's coming up the pipeline that's progressive. That's the reason why I think Zohran was kind of hesitant to say that he would endorse her or he would support her for the election, because it's somebody that's like a Zohran Mamdani that's running for governor next year. You'll see. I'm not going to say the name. I know who it is. And they're very good, and they have a good track record. And you guys going to like them. And we'll see. But let me get back to see if I can find the polling on that, because I thought that was pretty interesting, saying that he has to win by this significant amount. I guess I can't find it. So tell me something. I want you guys to know, do y'all know the size of all the cities, the 5 boroughs? Do y'all know that the Bronx is only 42 square miles long and has a residence of 1.5 million people in the Bronx, right? Now Queens got a population, well, Queens is 109 square miles. That's how big Queens is. And Queens have a population of 2.25 million people. So there's a lot of people in Queens. And then we got Brooklyn. If anybody know how big Brooklyn is, no? Now Brooklyn is where's Brooklyn at? Okay, so Brooklyn is 70. No, that's Staten Island. Okay, so Brooklyn, where the hell is Brooklyn at? Where's my Brooklyn? My Brooklyn night, nigga. What? Brooklyn. Okay. I want to get these. I want to bundle these numbers up. I don't know why they did it like that. They did this graph all stupid that I'm looking at. I'm like, this graph is dumb. I guess it is then. Let me see. Staten Island. Yeah. So Brooklyn is 71 square miles, right? But Brooklyn got a bigger population, in which Zohran got a big, strong, commanded lead in there. As you see, he's in Brooklyn, he's like 54% out of 33, so he's landsliding. And think about how many people's in Brooklyn. It's 2.5 million. So that's a lot of people in Brooklyn. It's more than Queens, even though it's not as big as Queens. Now we got Staten Island. All right, Staten Island got it's 59 square miles. Who would think Staten Island is bigger than the Bronx, right? Staten Island got a lot of space, and Staten Island's not as developed. And you got a lot of farmland out there in certain places and stuff like this. It's not developed as Bronx, so you would never think that. You'll think Bronx is bigger because it looks like it's bigger, but it's not. And it's 59 square miles. But Staten Island only got a population of almost 500,000 people. I thought it was more than that. Wow. I really thought it was more than that. And okay, now we're gonna look at Manhattan. Anybody know Manhattan is only 22.6 square miles, right? Manhattan only has a population of 1.5 million. Wow. So basically the whole entire, when you add all the numbers together, is 8.25 million population in New York City. So Manhattan got 1.5 million in there. So he's gonna, he's doing good. Staten Island, he's not gonna get Staten Island. We already know Staten Island is strong Republican leaning. But Manhattan, he got a commanded lead in Manhattan, That's his polling on it. So it looks like he's gonna win, It looks like he's gonna win and he's gonna pull through. And for anybody that we get as a mayor in New York City, I want to support them regardless, Even if for whatever weird reason Andrew Cuomo win, I hope he does a good job. I'm not hoping for him to do bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being wrong, because at the end of the day, it's all about helping American people. It's about helping New Yorkers. New York is tough, man. People live fucked up. So that's pretty good. It's good to point that out. But what do you guys think? Y'all more welcome when y'all get a chance. Y'all can comment, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. I shouldn't have made this at the last minute. I should have planned this so I could have a bigger audience, people watching it. But it's all good. I'll take what I could take, And hope everybody's doing great, So pretty much right now, I was going to talk about food stamps, but I think I made this so long. I think I'm just going to put that in another video. It's like I always want to talk about food stamps, with the government shut down and all that, and shit is crazy, man. But I'm gonna let you guys go, man. I hope y'all enjoyed my presentation. I didn't really put too much out there. I was just speaking my mind, what I think about these people, and I hope it was informative. And I'm gonna let you guys go. And peace and God bless everyone.